Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to make a video to show you and explain how to use VoiceCheap very simply. So to start, when you're on the home page, which is voicecheap.ai, it's actually the landing page. All you have to do is click on Try for free. Then you'll arrive on a login page that looks like this. You need to log in using a Google account. You click on Continue with Google. Then you select your Google account. You will arrive on this home page that allows you to import a video via a file or a YouTube link. For the example of the video, I will import a YouTube link. I click here to switch tabs. I'm going to the YouTube video. I'm copying the link. Then I just have to paste it right here. See, the link's valid. I click on Continue. So here we have the settings page. You have here two inputs. So the first input is to choose the input language. I recommend you choose it. It avoids mistakes. So I know that the video is in English, so I choose English. You can select one or more languages based on the target language. I'm going to choose French. I choose a title. That title works for me. So, the original title of the video and the target language. You see here the details of the video, the creator, the duration, etc., the source. Here, you have a small selector that allows you to choose the number of people in the video. If you don't know how many people there are, you can let it automatically detect. In my case, I know there is only one person speaking in the video, so I will choose 1. Here you have a button, but next to it, there is an arrow that gives access to several features. You have the default feature, which is create a new project. So to create a new project, it will transcribe the video and then translate the transcription, allowing you to review both parts to check that everything is correct and okay for you. Otherwise, there is another option if you're a bit pressed for time. So to speak, it's the fast translation that allows you to directly translate the video without a review phase. This can be useful for certain cases where you don't need the videos to be perfect. For shorter videos, it can be helpful. Then you have another option here that allows you to change the settings for the fast translation, which has a small tab that will appear on the side. You can choose the voices, and here you have different settings that I will explain in a bit more detail in the video. For the example, I click on Create New Project. A small modal will appear, indicating the progress of the transcription and translation. Once it's finished, you'll arrive on this page. It's going to open a small modal that will ask you to choose the video settings. The first parameter to choose is whether you want to keep the background noise or not. It can be useful in some cases, but I advise you to leave the background noise on by default, so we keep yes. Then you have the option to enable or disable subtitles, like on Netflix or in classic films, so I leave it as no for the video. Next, you have the voice settings, and the default option is voice cloning, which will simply clone the voices in the video and then translate them. It's an option that costs 10,000 tokens per minute, and then you have an option that is 5 times more, my dear, which allows you to choose pre-recorded voices from our voice library that currently has 6 voices. It looks like this. So they are voices that are a bit more robotic, a bit less natural, but if you don't necessarily need voice cloning, it can be an interesting option because you can translate many more videos, many more minutes. So it can allow you to translate videos in bulk. It can be very interesting for certain use cases. You have one last option here that allows you to create your personalized voice. Okay? I'm picking a name, Kevin, my name. And it will require you to add audio files. The audio files need to last about 5 minutes and be of very good quality, which will allow you to have a voice that you can reuse in all your projects. So, once you have chosen your settings, you click on Save. A small parameter that is also important, that I will explain anyway, is Smart Sync, which is a feature we developed that automatically adjusts the translated speech of the person to match well with the speaking time in the video. For example, if you take a video in French and translate it into English, the translated text in English may be longer or shorter to spell out in the video. And to make it match well with the speaking time of the video, we will simply rephrase it with artificial intelligence so that it sounds much more natural, like professional dubbing. On the left, the original English transcription, and on the right, the target language, French. If I click here, you see that the borders of the square turn black, meaning that this segment is currently playing in the video. On the right, you can start it by clicking on the small play button. Here, where the small numbers are, these are simply the timestamps that you can modify. Here you have the duration. Here you can change the speaker, the person speaking in the video. You can also add a new speaker here by clicking on the small arrow. It will display options that will allow you to add a new segment right after like this. And you can also delete it. You can also directly modify the translation if it doesn't suit you. It's automatically saved. If I modify the transcription on the left, it will prompt me to retranslate since we've modified the transcription. So it needs to be retranslated afterward. Just click on Retranslate and it will translate again. Here you have some tools. You can add a new language. If I click here, for example, on Japanese, it will add the language in a moment. It takes a few moments. There you go. You have the new language there. You can also replace all occurrences of a word. For example, if you change all the words hello in a video to hi, you can do that simply by searching for the word here and then clicking on validate. And it will replace all the hello with hi. You can also use some keyboard shortcuts. For example, if you press Command K or Control K if you're on Windows, it will show you all the available keyboard shortcuts. If I press Command plus D, it starts the video. Command D pauses it. You also have the option to open the settings with Command E. Here are some keyboard shortcuts that enhance the experience, allowing you to be more productive. Once everything is okay, once the translation is okay for you, I'll switch back to French. You click here on Next Step, and you confirm. Translate in French, and here it shows you the cost in tokens. If you want to check and see how many tokens you have left, just go back here by clicking on the arrow, and your tokens will display on the sidebar to the left. Now I click on Translate, and we get a little confirmation message at the bottom that confirms it's started, and you have here the progress of the translation. Once it's finished, it will say completed. You just need to click on Results, and you will have the translated video. Okay, great. And then you can either download just the audio, or you can just download the video and the audio. Copy the audio link, copy the video link. Here you have a tab that allows you to activate lip sync. So it will simply synchronize the lips of the person in the video with the sound in the video. It allows for a much more natural result in the end. It's still in beta. There may be some imperfections, but we're working on it. And at the end of this, you will have two versions. One version without lip sync and one version with lip sync. It's up to you to choose the one that suits you best. That was all for this quick tutorial. If you want to learn more or have much more detailed and advanced tutorials, you can go to our YouTube channel.